Perfection. A scorched outpost in the middle of nowhere.
You know how close I am to leaving this place right now? How close?
Maybe that's why Val and Earl decided to leave town.
Hey, hold up. That's Edgar Deans.
They just picked the wrong day to do it.
Jeez. You guys better get the hell out of here. There's a killer on the loose.
Who could be doing it?
Is that a snake?
I'll give you boys $5 for this.
20.
That's how they get you. They're under the ground.
What the hell are those things? How could they eat a whole station wagon?
But where do they come from?
I vote for outer space. No way these are local boys.
You see, they're headed right for us.
No Richter scale can measure it.
They're coming!
No scientist can explain it.
Bert, they're under the ground.
You didn't get penetration even with the elephant gun.
Run, run!
And no one knows what to call it.
Megaworms or suckers or suckoids.
Now, this valley is just one long smorgasbord.
Now, it's up to Val and Earl to save the world.
That's one big mother. Who died and made you Einstein?
And they know just what to do. Flip for it.
Damn.
Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward.
And welcome, everyone, to Bullets,
Bourbon,
and Karate. I'm Adam Archer.
I'm Marc Hall.
And this week's episode is
Tremors.
Here we go. Welcome, everyone. I'm Adam Archer.
I'm Marc Hall.
Oh, and you know what you're listening to. This is Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate, and we're so happy to have you here. We hope you enjoyed Under Siege, and this week, we're excited because we got one hell of a movie. Do we not, Marcus?
I would go to say it's one hell and one little heaven of a movie. I mean, you're getting the best.
You're getting the best of a lot of different worlds. You're getting unhinged actors just going crazy on set and delivering these crazy performances. We're talking about the little rumbles you hear from the applause that people give when they watch this movie. That was a stretch to get there, but I went there. I'm talking about Tremors, Marcus. Tremors.
Tremors. It's the heart of every. It's in the heart of every child. It's in the wallet of every man. It's in the purse of every woman. It's in the backpack of every junior high child in the 90s.
That's right.
It is the VHS cassette that's sitting in that untampered place in the bookshelf where you haven't dug
of your
at,
heart.
Of your heart that you haven't dug at in a while.
That video shelf in your heart.
Yeah, and you pull in there, you pull up, and you open the door, and you think, I'm going to go back to that section again today. Mm-hmm. And you pull back the DVDs, the VHSs, and you see that little box with the big worm, those little people standing in the desert.
Have no idea what's coming.
No, you don't. And you got Tremors, a movie with heart, with soul, with action, with bacon, with Ward. You got Reba.
Yes.
You have everything going for
this movie, I don't want to sound like a cliche, but this movie has it all. If you were born in 1990, your first word was probably Tremors.
It was.
And before we get started, let's go ahead and take care of the social media stuff.
Please.
You know what? You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at BB Karate Podcast. Where else can they find us, Marcus?
Well, they can find us on a little site called Facebook, Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. And then also, that lovely, lovely Gmail, you can reach out to us, bbkaratepodcast at gmail.com. That's bbkaratepodcast at gmail.com.
And we also, if you're listening to us on Spotify, or especially if you're listening to it on Apple iTunes, feel free to give us 5 stars and give us a review. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. And you know what? If you give us a review, hear me out, Marcus. Now, you're going to call me crazy for this.
I know.
If you listen to this episode and you give us a review, and I don't know, we pick your review, we're going to reach out to you, and we're going to send you a Blu-ray copy of Tremors.
Blu-ray.
a Blu-ray copy. I would buy it for you digitally, but I don't know how that would work. So what I'm going to do is we're going to buy you a Blu-ray copy of Tremors. I assume there is a Blu-ray copy. If not, we'll get you a DVD, and if not, we'll get you a VHS.
And listen, guys, we're dipping in deep to the Bullets Bourbon Karate Podcast Fund here with this Blu-ray purchase. We could legitimately be out of business by Thursday if this happens. Yes,
easily. And I mean, this is make or break. This Blu-ray purchase.
So like Adam said, send a review. I mean, I think a review, Adam, or even just like what it means to you. You know, like what kind of goosebumps do you get when you think of Tremors? What do you get? You know,
absolutely. To talk about Tremors, talk about don't put your IMDb review of the movie, but leave us a little something in Apple iTunes review, and we'll hook you up.
And you know what, Adam? I'm going to add to that little gift bag.
Okay,
it's not going to be much, but listen, guys, I'm going to reach my hand into my box of common baseball cards, and I'm going to pull out one. And with the review that we choose, you are going to get a Topps. I think this is 93. No, this is Topps 1991 Don Robinson, San Francisco Giants. Oh my God!
You know what, Marcus? I'm going to make you pull out another one because I want to give somebody two. No, I want to keep that one. I want to give somebody two.
So you got Don Robinson, and here we go. Just a random one. This could be a good one because this one's hard sleeved. Let's see what we got here.
I don't want to break you here.
Oh no! Come on! You are going to get a. This is. What do we got here?
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to... I can't remember what these are called. But this is the acetate Warren Moon. These are... I forgot what these are called, which box these are from. But this is a pretty nice looking card for Warren
There's
Moon.
no greater 90s quarterback than Warren Moon, except maybe Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, I mean, we just start talking about great quarterbacks. We start talking about Steve McNair. We start talking about other people too. But yeah,
but I mean, I think like early '90s, like this time period.
Yeah,
it's Warren Moon, baby. Give us a review. If we read your review over the air, reach out to us and let us know that was your review, and or we will reach out to you and. We'll give you that sweet prize package.
Yeah, and all you're going to do is pay $15 for shipping, and that's it. And
because you got to get that Warren Moon insured. We've got a hell of a show lined up for you, but before we do, we are Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate, which means every week we pair this movie with a drink of our choice, and we do that based on what we think the characters might drink, or just what this movie makes us feel, and what do we want to drink for. It varies every week, but this week... I think Marcus chose the drink, and I think he nailed it. What are we drinking, Marcus?
Adam, I want you to think about what would you drink as a man? Let's say you're a father of three. You know, it's 1990. You have a salary of probably $28,000, $32,000 a year. You're living it up. You know, you meet with your buddies every Friday night. You guys meet on the porch. You guys play little mix-up band that you guys got going on.
Yeah, we're going to make it big soon.
Yeah, you are. You guys got your kids in the back just making noise. You're trying to calm them down. Mm-hmm. You're going to the fridge. The boys are ready for a little break, need something to quench their thirst. You're going to reach into that fridge. You're going to pull out a 6-pack of Miller High Life.
At least a 6-pack.
At least. And that's what we got going on today, because there is nothing, and absolutely nothing, that says I work in a desert as a handyman fighting worms than Miller High Life. And after a hard day of that, the taste goes down smooth.
That's right. This is an unchallenged beer taste.
It is.
Let's. I'm going to crack mine right now. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That is satisfying, and I haven't even done anything today. And it still feels like I deserve this.
Yeah. I just hear tax dollars coming out when I open those things up, man. That is just that's pure red-blooded American money right there. That is.
Yeah, it is. So Miller High Life, I never drank it a lot coming up in college or anything, because I went to college in Georgia. But when I got to Chicago, it was everywhere. This and PBR were like the drink of choice at every bar I went to.
Yeah, especially in Chicago, I mean, if I'm in the kind of the improv scene, as we both were a little bit, it's Miller High Life, PBR, or if you're me, it's
cucumber vodka.
Cucumber vodka. But Miller High Life is that it's when you want to impress someone. Miller High Life is there. It's not, you don't reach for You don't reach for the Cuervo. You don't reach for the what am I thinking of, the high price tequila? What's the
I don't know, the Patron.
Patron. You don't know. You're not going for that. You're going for the tall boy Miller High Life. When
the
you tell
champagne
a woman,
of
beers. Yeah.
This beer is fantastic. I think it fits very well with this movie specifically because what this beer always reminds me of, and I don't know why, but whenever I taste it, if you remember when you were a child going out for pee or recess, we certainly had nothing but dirt. We didn't have any grass or like padded floors that I see on some playgrounds now. And I don't mean like, I used to go uphill both ways to school. I just mean like just this big outdoor area, and it was nothing but dirt. And from all the kids playing, the dirt would get kicked up, and you would inhale it, and it always had like a certain taste to it. And that's what Miller High Life is for me. It's that taste of dirt in my mouth, but in a good way.
In a good way, yeah. It's that terracotta. Just it's not paint though, people. Let's make that clear. It is. It just reminds you of a hard day's work, man. It just. No matter what you're doing, white collar, blue collar, no collar, if you're just getting by on getting by, then you are drinking Miller High Life.
It sounds like you're quoting a country song, but I don't think you are.
I'm not.
We are talking about Miller High Life, and I think it pairs perfectly with this movie because they are in nothing but dirt the entire movie. They're covered in it. They're covered in sweat. They're two working men just trying to make their way in this small town and get to a slightly bigger town because we're talking about Tremors, Marcus, and let's get into it.
Please, let's do. I mean, what can we say about this movie other than it came out in January 19th of 1990? I mean, come on. What are we thinking about when we think 1990? I was, 11 years old at the time?
Yeah, I was 7.
Man, look at you. You were just young. You had the world in your fingertips.
1990, I didn't like going inside. I don't know when that switched for me, but now I don't like going outside,
right?
Especially in the winter. But we can, go move past that. 1990... It feels like such a formative year for me.
Right.
And I must have gone through a lot. I don't remember everything from 1990, but I know I must have gone through a transformative time because when I turned 8, I was a different man.
It happens. It happens to every one of us. I mean, I think you go through that period of just that trial of, from 7 to 8 is definitely that journey that we all take. And no matter how you get there, I think for me, during the 1990, I know that I was busy trying to find that King Griffey Jr. rookie card out of Upper Decks like no other boy in town.
I was collecting cards at this point too, big junk era cards, which were sending out to some lucky people. Yeah. But yeah, that King Griffey Jr. rookie card, I mean, there's a great documentary about it, but it really changed the game.
It did. It changed. I mean, you look at, if you're a card collector now or if you're not into it, take a look because, I mean, cards now are pretty much pieces of art. I mean, and it's priced the same way, and it's crazy. It's in a great boom, but like Adam said back then, it was just it would soon come to be the junk era of cards just because of the mass production. But that one Griffey card, because of the value that it instilled and held, it changed the game of cards. From
and there are some cards that have come out of the boom that are still valuable, and this is one of them. And I mean, it's maintained its value. I remember it being consistently $75 in Beckett. Yeah. The card price guide in the 90s. At least in like 93 and stuff like that. I remember that quite a bit. I was a big King Griffey Jr. collector, but I didn't get that card until very recently. Right. And I don't even collect much cards anymore. Marcus is the card collector, which is why he had a box of cards next to him. But yeah, that was a big deal too. This movie is... I didn't see this movie in theaters.
Yeah, neither did I.
I wasn't alone. A lot of people didn't. But like the majority of people who saw this movie, I rented it, and I remember watching it with my father for the first time, which means I must have been 13 when I saw it, because my father didn't allow me to watch PG-13 movies until I was 13, unless he would give me like guidelines upon watching the movie that I would have to come back with some type of moral if I went to see a PG-13 movie. Specifically, he did that with Mortal Kombat. But when when I watched this with my father, I must have been 13, and I have a very vivid memory of watching it and just loving it at age 13. Watching it with him, he enjoyed it, which is always a fun time when you and your father or you and your parent watch a movie that you both enjoy. I think it's a rare movie, and so I have a lot of love for this movie. Brings back all sorts of nostalgia. I remember the trailer. I certainly remember the box art, which we'll talk about a little bit. Just that stunning box art from the poster, from the VHS cover. and being too scared to, like, being very scared of it because of that graboid on the cover.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But, you know, I would avoid, I think I talked about this in the first episode, but I would avoid horror movie sections